All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Salvation Army Hospitality House locker training video. To get started, first of all, we'll have to identify the locker that the client should match the bed number to the locker. You'll need a couple of things to get started. One will be a key, the master key, and the second will be a set screwdriver or a set tool. There's a better picture right there, and those should be supplied to you. All right, for this demonstration purpose, let's suppose that the client has already checked out and we're going to reassign this locker to somebody else, or perhaps we're going to clean it out. They left their belongings here and we don't know the combination, so we can't get in. And first thing I want you to notice three components in the front. One would be the combination. Second will be the lock itself. And if you notice on the lock, there's a red side and a green side. Red over here, and that little tab over there is green, and the very top of the dial right here will indicate that it's in the lock position because it is also showing red. It may not show up in the video, but it's definitely red when you're looking at it here. Red over here, green over here, and there's a little white indication on this knob right here that may or may not wear off in time, but it's set on the red side. So the first thing we have to do is able to insert the key and able for us to get into the locker. We're going to insert it, turn it, and this will allow us to get inside the locker. A couple key components on the back side here. One would be the locking mechanism itself, and you notice when you are turning the key, this is actually what turns on the other side is the lock mechanism. So by turning this, we're actually locking and unlocking the locker itself. Okay? All right. And over here, something else to imagine, there is what's called a set screw. This set screw will lock in the predetermined combination of the client. The client should be encouraged to give a combination or to set a combination of 4 digits, perhaps the last 4 of his social security number, or maybe a birth date, or something, maybe the last 4 of his phone number, or something that he can remember or she can remember that will go inside of here. Okay, so right now we still don't know the combination of the locker that was left by the first client. So we have to determine that to be able to open that. So what we'll do, we'll open the door, and you'll notice the second part here is this little set tab. So we have a set screw and we have a set tab. The set tab is actually spring-loaded and it automatically wants to go to the right. And you see with my index finger here, I can move it to the left. So what I want to do is I want to move it to my left. I want to hold it there. And so as I'm holding it there, I'm going to come back over here to this side and I'm going to rotate starting from the top down to the right a number. And that number should give me resistance when it becomes the number that I'm looking for. And there it goes right there, and a little resistance right there. And right there. So I can see the number before was 0000, and now I can turn this, and I'm going to give you an example, and it's turning the lever back here, unlocking it without the key. So now we know that the previous client has used 0000. That may have been a very easy number for that client to remember. Okay, and as you can see right here, as we turn it to the right over here in the green, it now shows green on the top over here. As we turn to the left, it is red, and as we turn it to the back, it is green, and it allows us to unlock the combination in the back. All right, so now we have it open. We have it to the point where we can go ahead and reassign the locker when we come back. And this may be, if some other client, if you leave it in this condition, our client may come by and spin it, and you come back to reassign it again. If you don't remember this number, you may have to go through that same process again to get back to the point where you can open it. So hopefully that we're doing this right now, and we'll presume we have a client to my side here who's going to get assignment of this locker. I'd ask the client, what number do you want to go ahead and put in here? And let's say the client gave me a very easy one for our demonstration of 5555. So I'm going to put in 5, 5, 5, and 5. Okay? And at this point, you notice that the locker still changes. Okay, because that's a new locker combination. All right, so it still allows me to rotate it even with this new numbering. So at the back, at this point, now we want to lock that in. We're going to flip this up, and I'm going to take the set screw, stick my screwdriver in there, and I'm going to turn it to the right as far as it'll go, and that set it in there. As I close the locker, and I rotate it, it's open, and I rotate it now and I close it, and my combination is still set at 555. Now when I spin it, it will not rotate anymore, and the locker is now locked, and I can't get in it. And the client has now set his locker combination for 5555. The client, when he returns to get his belongings in and out, he'll have to go to the combination of 5555, which is right there. Turn it over to the green. Green's just showing the index on the top once again, right up there. The locker can now be opened, and he can go ahead and have access to the locker all the time he is staying here. Okay? All right, so a couple things to remember. Set it at 5555, and this allows me, and the client, just keep in mind for a quick little demonstration right here, is now in a locked position and it's unlocked. So if the client comes in, and notice it's unlocked right now because it's on the green. If he spins it and locks it right there, it still opens because he did not lock the locker prior to leaving. It has to be to the red before the lock is spin. So now, even though the client may think he locked it, it's really not locked. The lock is locked, but the locker itself is not locked because the little lever on the back side has not been flipped over. Okay, remember that it has to spin over the here to stop it from locking. So we must keep reminding our clients to do their job. We'll put it back to the predetermined number of 5555, which now allows me to do it. They must turn it before spinning it, which will now lock the locker. If not, they locked it, but they actually didn't latch it. So the lock may be locked, but the locker wasn't latched, preventing it from being opened. Once again, if they want to take and come in, they'll have to set it to 5. Past it there, 5, 5, 5, and now we'll turn it from the red to the green. The locker should be opened, and they can come in and get their goods for the time that they're in here. Okay, so one last time.